Hi everybody. We're talking about a traditional media review today. Um, it's a TV show. It is. It has people that want to bring it back again. Um, it it had a guy do almost the premise of it the second time, but mom's sighing it at me off camera. It's Quantum Leap, everyone. I was gonna try and make you guess it was Smallville. And it was a Sam adventure. It takes place before he becomes um Quantum Leap. It's there's implied that he's being led around by a hand of God or whatever. I kind of didn't exactly care for that. What'd you think, Mom? We're gonna be talking to Mom today too. So
What do you mean?
yeah, how they implied some.
Oh, yeah, the voice.
I didn't want to give away the ending completely. I did. I thought it was sad. I thought it was sad that this thing is leading Sam around, but it has yet to let him leap home.
Well, yeah, the way it's
Yeah, exactly.
someday.
Someday. It had a lot of good points though.
Yeah.
There were characters in it. It was like the Star Wars expanded universe. Me and Mom read that. We enjoyed it. And there were characters in that like Thrawn that didn't exist outside of the books. Um, I would like to see one of the characters from the Quantum Leap book into the actual show if they bring it back again.
What one would you like to see?
Yen Sing Long.
What
And
about Jesse? Or no?
Jesse Oliveira was interesting. There, one of the characters is called Jesse Oliveira, right? And she is a love interest for Sam. I don't know if this took place on the first show's Earth or the second show's Earth, which they've never specifically said they take place on different Earths. But the leaps are kind of different. And this book was, the guy says in the very beginning that it might take place on a different Earth. The author's note, remember, Mom?
Theorizing that one could travel time within his own lifetime.
No,
No?
no.
No, that's chapter one.
Before
Here's
that,
the author's note.
the author's
Yeah.
note. He says that it might the books might though these books, although good, might take place on a different Earth.
Okay.
And you forgot that, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Important detail.
Sorry.
But I read it as it takes place on Ben's Earth because Ben, I always felt kind of bad for Ian that, or maybe they proved it somehow. I don't know. In the further adventures, I always felt kind of bad for how Ian thought that it was his fault, and it just fit that it wasn't Ian's fault at all. If these books take place in the same Earth, it's should I tell them who it is, whose fault it is?
Get what?
That Ziggy's acting up.
Well, I think it's
Okay, point the camera toward you. I want them to see you.
a combination. Hi. Oh, there you go. Now you got both of us.
Okay. So who do you think it is, Mom?
That what? That Ziggy is malfunctioning?
Yeah.
I think it's Tom Whalen. I think it's Jesse, and I think it's Hunlong Singh, however you say his name.
Yen Sing Long or
Yeah.
whatever.
I think between the three of them, they all did something, and that's how Ziggy is malfunctioning.
Malfunctioning. But none of those people are Ian.
No, no. They didn't
Poor
do
Ian just thinks it is his fault. Poor kid,
But
you know.
that's the TV show. This is the book.
But if you were, it could have fit in with the TV
Oh yeah,
show.
yeah.
Absolutely.
This is
And
absolutely good. Yeah.
I told my audience, I told you that
See, it says right here, in the TV series, Sam's body leaps, and then
yeah,
the
that's how
first
they
one
did it
they
with
freeze
Ben,
it.
though.
Yeah,
Remember?
same thing. But in the book, Sam's mind leaps and his body stays home to be occupied by the mind of the person. So they swap minds.
I will be reviewing that. I will be reviewing that last episode eventually, one of these days, of Quantum Leap, the Ben song version, the new episodes. I refuse to call it a reboot. It's not a reboot, but I thought I'd review this first.
I enjoyed
It it came it it comes before, you know, the and it's a whole series. And you said you
this.
enjoy.
Excuse me. Yes. Yeah,
Would you read another? Okay. Yes, that's a yes from me too. These are, if this is any indication, these are very good books, and it takes place at the in Sam portion of time, not Ben portion of time. So I know there's a lot of fans out there that feel kind of iffy about Ben, but I think that if they were to continue these books, the way it would be a lot less controversial. People wouldn't be so up in arms about Ben, Ian, Martinez, or Addison. Because, and Council of Geeks did a really good video on this. The people that care about the books and the expanded universe material of franchises generally don't escape outside that bubble, you know. They don't go, I'm gonna. It's not a massive quantity, is what I'm trying to say. It's more, yes, the audience is there, but again, going back to the Thrawn trilogy, people are just finding out about Thrawn now. And people like me have known about him for years. I had a really cool physical therapist that told me all about it. Told me all about the Thrawn trilogy. I think she'd enjoy this. I think you'd enjoy this. These are really enjoyable books. Um, they imply there are other leaps from the very beginning. Like, Sam clearly gives him an ugly tie, but he's like in another guy's body. And I'll just be curious to see how these books tie in ultimately, or if I'm right about my other Earth hypothesis. How do you think they tie in, Mom?
The leap?
Yeah, the leaps, like the leap from here. Hold the book. The leap from the very beginning, where he gives Al the ugly tie. Mom was very excited about leaps, and like I said, it doesn't show leaps, but it implies there are going to be more.
Leaps. Yeah. Like when the doctor was
So
doing surgery.
yeah,
Yeah. So he leaped into that.
Sam setting up the dominoes himself, which is one of my biggest complaints. Was one of my biggest complaints about Sam versus Ben. That it never felt like Sam used his smarts, but this one, it feels
Sounds like
he was actually doing
Yeah.
what you'd think he'd be doing. And there are books in the back too.
Well, I think this is the
Oh,
order we're going to. So I'm going to order the next one, the beginning.
okay. So we will,
This is the prelude.
and preludes always come first, kids. We will be picking up more of these. It was really enjoyable. There wasn't too much Dean Stockwell. Wasn't too much Al, which I enjoyed. Yeah, I don't like when Al, it makes an Al story. I like when it's a Sam story or a Ben story. I don't like when it's the holograms story, which kind of they're gonna have to in the next book, though, Mom. You do get to see Al's girlfriend Tina, which they imply in the show, because he takes Tina on dates. Okay, okay. There was the picture in the mind, kids.
Yes.
But yeah, you get to read. She's right. that this and I think Judith Dresney, the senator that's pro Quantum Leap, is actually a character from the show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Sam puts her in office, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
Like it was a guy, and then he made sure Senator Dresney got elected. Yeah, which you always should do. You always should watch Quantum. That's a definite must, wouldn't you say? I mean, that dragged me onto the journey. If you enjoyed Quantum Leap Prelude, if you think I'm underselling it, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I've been Bob. She's been Mom. Anything you want to say, Mom?
Have a good night. Or day.
Whichever this finds you in. Till next time, kids. Take care. Bob out.